U.S. President Donald Trump says Washington will pull back troops from Germany a lot further than the initially announced withdrawal of 5,000.
World leaders have begun arriving in Yerevan for the 8th meeting of the European political community. The French government has vowed to crack down on illegal raves after tens of thousands of people gathered at an unauthorized event this weekend.
Donald Trump indicated that there will be further significant cuts to U.S. troop presence in Germany just one day after the Pentagon announced it was withdrawing 5,000 within the next 6 to 12 months.
Why is the U.S. removing troops from Germany?
We're going to cut way down, and we're cutting a lot further than 5,000. Thank you very much.
The move escalates a dispute between Trump and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, who last week criticized the U.S.-Israeli war in Iran, stating that Washington had no strategy. Merz also said the Iranian leadership is, quote, humiliating the United States, eliciting an angry response from Trump, who slammed him as useless in helping end the war in Ukraine. The U.S. currently maintains over 36,000 active duty troops in Germany, which will drop down to 31,000 when the announced soldiers depart. It's unclear how many more Washington plans to pull back, but Trump has also suggested that similar cuts are to come in Spain and Italy after recent clashes with their leaders, also over the Iran war.
World leaders have begun arriving in Yerevan for the 8th meeting of the European political community, under the motto, Building the Future, Unity and Stability in Europe. Some 48 heads of state and government have been invited to take part in the event, including all 27 members of the European Union. The European political community is an intergovernmental forum for political and strategic discussions about the future of Europe, established in 2022 after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Apart from the meeting, the first ever EU-Armenia bilateral summit will take place on the 4th and 5th of May, focusing on strengthening relations, in particular connectivity and energy, transport and digital. The President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, together with the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, will represent the EU, while Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan will represent Armenia. Russia has launched a large-scale attack on Ukraine, killing at least 10 people and injuring more than 70 others across the country in just 24 hours. Ukraine's Air Force says nearly 270 drones entered Ukrainian airspace, the majority intercepted, but 19 Iranian-made Shaheeds and a ballistic missile found their targets. Casualties stretched from the eastern Donbass to the southern regions of Zaporizhia and Kherson, where Russian forces struck residential areas. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Zelensky announced that 2 Russian oil tankers were struck overnight at the Black Sea port of Novorossiysk, part of Kyiv's sustained campaign against Moscow's sanctions-evading shadow fleet. France's Interior Minister has vowed to crack down on illegal raves after tens of thousands of people gathered at an unauthorized event this weekend. After flying over the party, taking place at a military site near the town of Bourges, Laurent Nunez said everyone leaving the so-called Technival will be fined. Organizers said that up to 40,000 people have attended the event, while French officials put the turnout at 17,000. Hundreds of sanctions have been issued already, say the government. The location of the party, close to the Interior Minister's birthplace, was chosen deliberately by anti-war organizers as a direct protest against proposed legislation that would criminalize the organization of illegal raves. Organizing such an event will now be a criminal offence punishable by 2 years in prison and a €30,000 fine, said Nunez.